Hi, thank you for joining me for this reading. This reading is going to be a pick a card, and it is are you in a rut? Are you feeling stuck? They will be general messages, and so they may or may not resonate with you, and that's okay. Just take what does and please leave the rest. There will be timestamps in the description box below for each of the cards' messages. Please like the video, please share the video, and please feel free to leave any comments. That all helps the algorithms, which in turn helps more people actually get to see the videos. Also, if you are not subscribed to my channel, again, I really would appreciate you hitting that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything, but it does help my channel to grow. Also, make sure that notification bell is ticked so that you are made aware of the upcoming videos and you don't miss out on any of the new ones that are coming through. Alright, so first off then, let's see what the messages are that Spirit's bringing through with regards to the question, are you in a rut? Are you feeling stuck? So there will be 4 cards to each of the piles. So we'll just do one pile at a time. So, are you in a rut? Are you feeling stuck? So why are you in a rut? Why are you in a stagnant place? Can we please have the first card? For the viewers that will pick pile 1, why are they in a rut and why are they in this stagnant place? Okay, so that is the first card. Alright, so how do they need to change their perspective? How do they need to change their perspective? Okay, this one I feel. Okay. And what can they do to stimulate a forward movement? What can they do to stimulate moving forward, to get out of this rut? What can they do to help themselves move out of this situation, out of this feeling? What can they do to stimulate a forward movement, please? Okay, we have that one there. Let's move that up like that. Okay. And what can they do to prevent themselves from being here again? What can they do to prevent themselves from being here again? From ever being stuck in this same rut? What can they do to help themselves? Okay. Alright. So now we'll start on pile 2. I actually might move this over a bit so we can get it all in. Make sure you can see those cards. Alright, so for pile 2, what is their message? Why are they... Okay, we had one fall out there, so we'll take that. Alright, so how do they need to change their perspective? How do they need to change their perspective? Okay. And what can they do to stimulate that forward movement to get themselves out of this rut? What can they do? What can they do, please? Okay. Make sure you can see those. And what can they do to prevent themselves from being here again? What can they do to prevent themselves from being in this rut again, please? Okay. for the third pile, why are they in a rut? Why are they in this stagnant place? Okay, that one jumped out. I don't know if you saw that. Okay, what do they need to change their perspective? What do they need to change their perspective? How do they need to change their perspective? How do they need to change their perspective? Okay. What can they do to stimulate this forward movement? What can they do to move themselves out of this stagnant place, out of this rut? What can they do to stimulate this forward movement? What is the message, please, for pile 3 to help them move away, to move out of this rut? What can they do to stimulate this forward movement? Okay, I want this one. And what can they do to prevent themselves from being here again? What is the message they need to hear with regards to what they can do to prevent themselves from being here again, please? Okay. Right. Okay, so what we'll do now is, ask you to focus in on those piles and see where your attention is being drawn to. Try to think about it intuitively rather than logically. So try and feel where you're being drawn to rather than your brain is sending you. If you need to pause the video to tap into that feeling, then please do that. Please pause. But if you're okay, we'll just start straight away with pile 1. Okay, so why are you in a rut, in a stagnant place? And we've got, pay close attention to the winds. There's a message making its way, and that is coming from the crow. So let's see what the message is. So the key words are something's coming, messages, and pay attention. So your higher self chose this card because a message is coming your way and is warning you to keep an eye out for important signs and clues of what's to come. Nothing truly manifests without some warning. The signs might be subtle, but they have been prompting you your entire life. You might feel a sensation such as a tingle in your neck, or perhaps a decision gives you a sense of dread. You might have an idea that instantly lifts your spirits, or feel some electricity when you meet someone new. All of these sensations are clues that attempt to steer you towards a rewarding life. Pulling the Crow card is a sign to trust in your intuition, especially in the coming days. You may be quick to dismiss your feelings as being silly, and perhaps they are in many societies. However, you're connected to the spirit realm where all things are possible, and the only right answer is the one that gives you a feeling of peace, joy, and success. Trust in your ability to read the messages of the universe and know there is always a pathway to safety for those who know where to look. Whether the message coming your way is good or bad remains to be seen. Look to the other cards within your reading for more details. Okay, so why you are in this rut and this stagnant place is because you are not trusting your intuition. You're not paying close attention to the signs and the messages that your higher self and spirit has been trying to tell you. you have perhaps lost that connection to your higher self, or you've lost that connection to spirit. And this is asking you to understand that because of this is why you are in this rut. This is why you have been stagnant. You've not been able to move forward because you've not been paying attention to any of the messages. You have to start trusting yourself again, and trusting that you have the intuition and the ability to actually reconnect with your higher self, with source, with spirit, with the universe. Okay, so let's see now how you need to change your perspective, which is the second card we pulled, and we've got cranberries. Devour the truth and let it sink into the depths of all that came before and all that will come after. So, yeah, discover the truth, devour the truth. That's how you need to change your perspective. Realize the truth is that you are connected to source, you are connected to spirit, and you can learn truth through being connected. All right, let's see. Where is it? Let's see what the message is from cranberries. So the key words are ancestral roots, connections, power, claiming or reclaiming. So your higher self chose this card because your ancestors are waiting for you. The red colour of cranberries instantly brings to mind the blood connection of ancestral healing, and it is through your ancestors that intuitive wisdom is passed down. They wait patiently for you to connect with them so they can offer the wisdom, strength and power that is available to you by right via the blood within your veins. You don't need a connection with your living relatives to establish a bond with your ancestors. They are available to you even if you don't know their names, faces or the details of your family tree. You will recognise them through a feeling of comfort and familiarity. Offer up your troubles and ask for your ancestors' support. They will clear away blocks, push away the dark clouds looming over your life and open the floodgates of abundance. To establish this bond with your ancestors, simply close your eyes and offer up your prayers. Ask that only benevolent, loving ancestors seek you out, then speak with them as you would any other guide, the universe, God or godlike figure. So how you need to change your perspective is by connecting to your ancestors and asking them for guidance. It's re-establishing that bond that you have with your ancestors. When you connect with your ancestors, they bring with them a lot of past knowledge, intuitive knowledge that they can pass through to you if you are open and willing to learn and listen. That is how you need to change your perspective, that perhaps you believe you are all alone and that there is no way out, that no one, loves you, or no one understands you. No one can help you. This is how you change that perspective, by tapping into the intuitive wisdom that you already hold within you, that is coming through from your ancestors, but you just need to listen and tap into that intuition. which is why you are stuck in that rut, in that stagnant place, because you are not tapping into that intuition within you. Your intuition can help guide you out of the rut and the stagnant place that you are in. Call in your ancestors like you would connect to Source or archangels. Call in your ancestors and help them and ask them to help you with the blocks that are keeping you stuck in this rut and in this stagnant place, which I think is basically what the next card answer is. What can you do to stimulate a forward movement? Okay, we have mountain cabin. There are times when solitude can be healing and enlightening. Yes, because when you are in solitude, when you are in silence, that enables you to actually go within. It helps you to connect to spirit, to source, to your ancestors. It helps you get the answers that you are seeking. Okay, so let's see what the message is from the the mountain cabin. So the key words are disconnecting, solitude and hermiting. So your higher self chose this card because there are too many things influencing your life, and some time to yourself to listen to your inner spirit is exactly what you need. Most friends and family have the best intentions when offering their advice, but they can only speak from their experiences and do not have a full understanding of your life story. Even those closest to you, such as a sibling, parent or best friend, won't know everything about you, why you've made certain choices or the goals you daydream about. Your soul is guiding you through this card to disconnect from the world so you can find the best pathway forward without the pollution of other people's opinions. It's much easier to find confidence in yourself without the questions, doubts, concerns or criticism you're likely facing from those in your life. Taking a solo vacation is excellent if that is available to you, but finding a quiet corner to yourself, journaling or simply keeping your plans under wraps are all excellent ways to experience solitude. The mountain cabin card also reminds you that you are worthy and enough all by yourself. It may feel easier, safer and more comfortable to take a new journey with a partner, but some experiences only have room for a solo traveller. If you're about to embark on a new change, know that you were given this path for a reason. It's your path to walk alone and you are more than capable of seeing it through. So that's how you can stimulate that forward movement, by finding the answers that you seek. They are within you. Your ancestors are there to help you. Source is there to help you. Spirit, the universe, whatever name you wish to call that, is there to help you. But you need to reconnect. You need to find the faith and the trust that maybe you have let go of, which is why you may feel that you are in this rut, that you are stuck. But the way forward is to reconnect and to listen to the answers that are being sent your way. People like to offer great advice, but as the card said, no one knows your choices and the reasons why you chose particular things. Only you know your reasons and your choices. And your soul will guide you on the right path, but it's trusting again and listening and believing. Okay, what can you do to prevent yourself being here again? Okay, and the card we have is tobacco, and the card is number 40, and it's feed your ancestors, raise the sacred smoke to them, for they are hungry to connect. Yes, That's what I just said. You need to connect again to your ancestors, to spirit, to source, to your higher self, because that connection will help you, or will prevent you from being in this rut and feeling stuck, and that you've got nowhere to go and no one is there for you. You are never alone, but you have to connect so that you can feel that you're never alone. Okay, so the message from the card is, and the key words are purification, connecting to the spirits or ancestors, and respect. This card is a request from the ancestors or spirits with whom you are most comfortable to approach them and the people in your life with more respect and humility. Offering tobacco is a sign of respect and connection for the ancestors in many cultures. Perhaps it's heard about most often in Native American traditions, but it is also common practice for many peoples from Africa, South America, the Caribbean and southern United States. When you greet the spirits that support your path, remember that they can see things that you cannot. They can make space where you have faced walls. They can lift you up and carry you over difficult terrain, and they know answers to important questions you haven't even thought of. There are people in your life who also have value and can fill in the blanks with a new perspective that you have not considered. What your situation requires is an open mind and to acknowledge your limited knowledge or understanding in your situation. This card invites you to spend more time listening and being engaged with others. You may have been too quick to dismiss someone as being wrong or silly, or have viewed someone as being unworthy of your attention. Keep a watchful eye out for a younger person coming into your life, as they may offer something that is needed for your situation. So I hope that there was something in that reading for you that may help you realise why you are in this situation and what you can do to actually get out of the situation. So until next time, I really do appreciate you taking the time to listen, and I thank you. Okay, so if you chose pile 2, then let's have a look and see what messages are coming through for you as explanations of why you are in this rut, why you are in this stagnant place. Okay, and we have Witches Gathering. Gather in power, come together in grace, unity is rising and all will be embraced. So let's see what the message is that this card is bringing through. Okay. So the key words are loyalty, faith, friendship, and cooperation. This card is a good omen of friendship and renewed connection. This is a positive sign for you if you're seeking to reconnect with a lost friend or lover. Take steps to reach out, as your reunion will result in a joyful and positive experience. Witches Gathering is also a great sign if you're seeking new relationships, either intimate or platonic. There are people who are just your kind of people, and you will likely go on to build rewarding, loyal and long-lasting relationships with any new people entering your life at this time. Seek people who share your values and interests. You may be surprised to find that there are many people who understand you on a soul deep level who have been looking for someone just like you to occupy room in their lives. This card brings an important message. Relationships are not to be taken lightly, and they require care and attention. It's important to make time for the people who are most important to you, because they need your love and support just as much as you need theirs, and maybe even more. This card guides you to say yes to as many social invitations as possible. There are people who are very eager to meet you, and you never know when a party or night at a bar with a friend can change your life. It's even more critical for new relationships that are fragile and just beginning to take shape. If you're feeling vulnerable, it's safe to say others might be feeling something similar. Making time and doing your best confirms your desires to have others around and will go a long way in showing how much you care. So this, for me, is saying to you that the reason that you are feeling stuck or feeling this rut or not moving forward, that's stagnant, is maybe you have been neglecting some relationships that you have in your life. You have felt quite isolated, and by being isolated, this is why you're feeling stuck, basically. Maybe you have been not connecting with people on a deep enough level in the past. So therefore you've not actually been true to who you are. You have not been your authentic self. Maybe the people that you have surrounded yourself with have not been able to be the catalyst for you to be your authentic self, which in turn is saying to you that they are not your people. They are not your tribe. You need to be able to be your authentic self. And because you have not possibly been able to do that, you have removed yourself from particular circle of friends or particular family members, which is why you feel stuck, you feel stagnant, you feel you're in this rut because you're not being true to who you are. You have isolated yourself because of this. So hopefully there'll be some new relationships coming where you will be able to be your authentic self. So let's see now what the second card is, which is how do you need to change your perspective. So the second card was this one, and it's cacao. So you are loved, you are held, and you already are everything you seek. Okay, so your perspective with regards to feeling loved, because you have isolated yourself, you may feel that you are alone, that you are not worthy of love, that you're not loved. This card is saying to you that you are loved, that your spirit guides, your angels, your ancestors, source is there, loves you unconditionally. So let's see what the card's message actually wants to bring through for you. And the key words are embrace, open heart, and tenderness. So your higher self chose this card because cacao is such a comforting drink to experience. It's like a hug from your nearest and dearest, and when this card appears, it's a message from Spirit acknowledging any emotional hurt and pain you have felt. Whether you have experienced a breakup, the loss of a loved one, disappointment or a betrayal, cacao reminds you that it is safe to open your heart again. However, do not feel rushed to welcome love from another before you have found love for yourself. What does it mean to you to feel loved, supported, and emotionally nourished? How would your life look and feel if you loved and accepted yourself unconditionally? Fill your heart with the feelings these visualizations invoke and allow them to gently soften you little by little. This card is a reminder that you are worthy of being loved. You are not broken, no matter what past experiences might have led you to believe. You are a good, kind-hearted, gentle soul whose light is needed in the world. Please don't allow anyone's poor treatment to prevent you from letting others experience your light. So your perspective needs to change with regards to how you may be perceiving yourself. If you have been betrayed in the past, and that is why you've moved away from particular circles of friends, and you feel like you can't trust anyone anymore, this is saying to you, you need to open your heart and allow yourself to shine, allow yourself to be you, and allow others back into your life, because not everyone will betray you. Not everyone is mistrustful. So rather than have a blanket distrust of everyone, change that perspective. And know that everything happens for you for a reason. So then you have to ask yourself, well, what did I learn from that person or that situation? Turn it all around and find the positive in something. Always find the positive, because everything happens for you for a reason. It's for you to learn something or to identify something about yourself. Okay, so let's see now what the third card's message is for the question, what can you do to stimulate forward movement? Okay, we have straw bale, and it's time you step out of your comfort zone, take up space and reach new heights. Okay, so what does this card's message have for you? Okay, so the key words here are maximising, capitalising on unexpected talents and confidence. You are being invited to determine whether or not you need to dream bigger, reach higher and expand fully into your gifts. Are your talents being utilised? Are you taking up space and allowing your light to shine? Are you reaching for big enough goals or playing it safe? If you're reading this now or hearing this now, it's likely you have not made the best use of your talents and have been playing it safe from fear of failure, or because you don't believe you are good, wise or experienced enough. There are many people in the world who are less experienced, less educated and have less money and far less talent, but are living big, fulfilling lives simply because they have given themselves permission to occupy as much space as possible. They don't wait for others to hand them things. They go and get them. They don't wait for others to make space for them. They find their own lanes. Don't be afraid to ask for more. Be the first in line or to call your own shots. Straw bale encourages you to find the courage to live as big as you dare. So that's how you can move out of this situation, is by getting out of your comfort zone, doing something that will bring you what you need. And that could be connecting with a new group of friends, which may open up new opportunities for you. You know, have you been playing it safe? You probably have. If you felt in a rut or in a stagnant place, you are sheltering yourself. If you've been hurt, again, You are guarding your heart, which is stopping you from experiencing new opportunities, new love, new friendships. Have you not been using your skills and your talents to the best of your ability? Is that why you're stuck in a rut? Okay, so now we'll go to the last card and the what can you do to prevent yourself being here again? And we have corn maze. Although your path is unclear, it is there waiting for your faith to lead you. So straight away, you need to connect back into your intuition. You need to connect back to source. You need to find the faith again. You need to trust again. And when you do that, you'll be able to never, or hopefully ever, be in this feeling, in this space again. So let's see what the key words on this card are: compromising beliefs, falling off the path, getting lost, and authenticity, which is, being your authentic self, which is what I said in the beginning. Okay. Your higher self chose this card because life is a lot like going through a corn maze. It's a series of choices that will either lead you to freedom manifested in feelings of joy, success, feeling loved and supported, or choices that lead to feeling stuck, stagnant, confused and lost. The next choice is always a flip of the coin and will bring you closer to or further away from your desired outcome. Just like a corn maze, you don't get a map or chance to plot the way before going in, but you do have a built-in guide in the form of your inner self, which knows exactly the way to go, when to turn and when to head back and start again. Your inner self speaks to you through your beliefs and feelings and is speaking to you now through this card, letting you know you have been going in the wrong direction. If you're inquiring about a future decision, this card is a definitive no. This is not the path to take. Instead, you are being asked to go back and start from the beginning. What are your values and core beliefs? What are you hoping to gain from this situation, or who are you attempting to become? Have your choices supported future versions of yourself and your life? Finally, where have you compromised your life's vision in pursuit of goals and expectations that belong to someone else? Corn Maze offers a final message. There is more than one way to achieve a goal. The path you are on now is not the way, and there may be another path that is much better suited to you. To find this path, take time to find out who you truly are now and who you're becoming. Then your inner self will have what it needs to take you from point A to point B. So that's how you prevent yourself from being in this rut again, is listening to your inner self, your inner guidance, your inner intuition, your higher self, your soul, because they will guide you, it will guide you on the right path. And maybe because you have been disconnected, because you've felt stuck, that you have not really been paying attention. You may still be connected, but you've not been paying attention. Maybe you lost faith a little bit because of the situations that you've found yourself in. So reconnect to your faith to God, faith to source, spirit, whatever you wish to call it, and and go back to learning to trusting yourself and listening to the messages that your intuition, that your higher self, your soul is giving you. Okay, so I hope that there was something in that message for you, and I really do appreciate you taking the time to listen. And until next time, thank you. Okay, for those of you who chose pile 3, let's see what messages have come through to help resolve your situation. Okay, so the question is, why are you in a rut or in a stagnant place? And the answer is, you are woven, it's wool. You are woven with an embrace, protected, loved, and the familiarity of finally being home. Okay, so let's see what the message is that this is saying to you. So the key words are security, safety, cozy corner, sacred space, comfort, and feeling at home. So before I read what it says, I'm picking up that maybe you have felt unsafe and that you don't have a security blanket. You don't feel protected. You feel lost. You don't know where your center is. And because you feel unsafe, that's why you're in this rut. Because it's like you don't have anywhere that you can feel at home. You don't. And feeling at home can be within yourself. It doesn't necessarily have to be like a literal house, a literal home. Feeling at home is and can be within your own self. So you may not be feeling safe or secure by certain people around you have made you feel uneasy or have made you feel unsafe. So you may have withdrawn a little bit, which has made you feel like you are in a rut because your foundations may have been rocked a little bit. Okay, so let's now see what the message is that this card is bringing through. Your higher self chose this card because you need to be reminded that self-care comes in many forms. Sometimes getting dressed in the morning is what you need to feel motivated, renewed and powerful, while other times it's standing your ground and saying no. When wool comes into your reading, it's to guide you to find self-care in the small moments of life. That can mean snuggling up in your favourite blanket or finding a quiet corner to dig into a beloved book for the 15th time. It could mean buying a little cabin in the woods somewhere off the beaten path, or heading home for a few days so your parents can hold you and tell you it will be all right. There are some places that just feel like home, and some things, such as a security blanket, that make you feel safe. Receiving this card is your sign that what you need now more than anything else is a feeling of something familiar. Wait before starting something new or making any decisions. Instead, seek out some time to reconnect with what once gave you a feeling of peace and ease. Feeling safe allows you to evaluate your situation from a secure place rather than one of fear or anxiety. You'll be able to see your circumstances from the outside rather than standing right in the middle. Okay, so the next question is, how do you need to change your perspective? So let's see what the second card's message is. So we've got, do not fear opening your mouth and allowing your tongue to speak. And it's campfire. So let's see what campfire has to say. So again, how do you need to change your perspective? And the key words are telling stories, seek advice from others, and moral of the story. So your higher self chose this card because it may be time to seek out the help of others. You might find unexpected support, knowledge, or inspiration from someone who's more experienced and has a lot more stories to tell. Or you may find there are many people who have indeed walked in your shoes. Even the most consistently successful people have experienced failures and challenges. Being willing to listen to those who have come before you can help build your strength and give you hope that you can also overcome the obstacles you are facing. Campfire could also mean an old mentor might be available to you now or will enter your life very soon. Welcome their advice and ask as many questions as you can. They may be able to offer a great deal of assistance if you're willing to approach them with humility and listen to what they have to say. This card could also mean you may find yourself in a mentor position, that someone else has sought out your knowledge and guidance. If that is the case, trust that others see in you what you see in your own heroes. Be generous with your expertise and be the kind of person who offers the same motivation you'd hope to receive for yourself. Okay, so the perspective you need to change is that you're the only one that can help you. Changing the perspective in asking for help. Change your perspective in listening to what other people have to say, because they may be able to offer you opportunities or advice that will help you move out of that rut, help you feeling unsafe or insecure. When we are able to ask people who understand us and who have experienced similar things, they can actually give us advice or give us ideas that we may not have actually even thought of before that could help us. So be open to receiving some advice from some people around you. They could be new people that come into your life, but be open to listening to what they have to say. Don't be closed off because of your feelings of not feeling safe or, feeling insecure and not centered. Maybe, you do need to go home and visit your parents or visit other members of your family, because maybe they may have what information or advice you need to help you. Okay, so now let's see what the third answer is. So what can you do to stimulate forward movement? Okay, and we have grieving. The chambers of your mourning are surrounded by nothingness, emptiness waiting to be seen. Okay, so let's see now what this card's message is for you. So the key words are grief, mourning, deep sorrow and heartbreak. So what can you do to stimulate forward movement? So straight away I would say that feel the grieving, feel the loss, the heartbreak, do your mourning, but don't let it overwhelm you. Don't let it absorb you. Feel the feelings, but don't let them rule you. I know that's really hard and grieving takes time, but don't let it stop you from living your life. With the loss of someone important or close in your life can help, is maybe why you feel in that rut and you no longer feel secure, you no longer feel safe, because your security blanket, the one you love the most, is no longer with you. And your perspective that you need to change is maybe know that there's other people, obviously, that have felt the same way, that have grieved as well for the loss of someone in their life. And maybe they can offer you advice on how you can move forward from that. So let's see what the message is from this card. Your higher self chose this card because grief isn't just about the death of a loved one. Mourning is defined as feeling regret or sadness about the loss or disappearance of something. You can grieve the end of a career, a move from one place to another, letting go of a dream, or seeing your children leave the nest. While grief isn't pleasant, it's important to acknowledge the loss of something or someone that was important to you. Doing so doesn't reduce the love you had for what you've lost, but it does give you a way to let go and move on. And that is what you need to do to stimulate that forward movement. Acknowledge the loss of whatever it is, but you need to let it go and move on. To ignore your sadness is to deny a meaningful part of your life story. Pulling grieving is an opportunity to embrace the heavy emotions you have been carrying. Express the fullness of your heartache as a tribute to what once was, and then once you have cried, screamed, gotten angry or sad, your spirit will be free. It's only when you deny your grief that it becomes baggage. Will you feel sad from time to time? Of course. Memories have a way of creeping in, even with a healthy grief process, but it won't be a constant thorn in your soul. This card also reminds you that it's okay to feel sorrow for something or someone who is gone, even if that person or thing brought you great harm. The bad memories don't erase the good ones, and there's nothing wrong with cherishing any happiness you once experienced together. It doesn't matter if other people don't understand your grief, because it isn't theirs to understand in the first place. And always remember, if you didn't love someone or something, then there would be no grief if you lost it. So be happy that you actually were lucky enough to experience something so good and so great that the loss of it is making you feel so sad. So acknowledge the love that you had for that person or that situation or that career. Acknowledge that. But then allow those moments and those feelings of grief to come. But then you need to learn to let them go, and that's how you will be able to move forward. Okay, so with the last card, the question is, what can you do to prevent yourself being here again? And it's foraging. There is no better feeling than having gone after what you desire. Okay, so let's see what the message is here. And the key words are authenticity, hidden talents, acting upon your uniqueness, and effort. So sometimes you need to go out looking for food even though the grocery store is just down the road. Although the store is convenient, your life dish may require an ingredient the store can't offer. Or perhaps your soul is seeking a more authentic flavour experience that is unique to you. The foraging card has found you because it's time to get up, go out into the world and discover all that is waiting for you to pick up and put inside your basket. It's tempting to take the easier road, but that path is crowded with hordes of people attempting to do the same. They look the same, do the same things, and are ultimately lost in a sea of conformity and ordinariness. Nothing that stands out from the crowd. By taking the road less travelled, you could stumble upon an undiscovered patch of greatness. What makes you unconventional, strange, or completely different? You may not think being eccentric is a strength, but your quirks are what set you apart from everyone else. Receiving this card is an opportunity to discover and embrace your hidden talents and act on them. Perhaps you feel like you have nothing special to offer, but you most certainly do. Truffles are one of the world's most coveted and expensive foods, yet they are notoriously difficult to find. They are always at the base of a tree and generally buried below the soil, hidden from the naked eye. What makes you unique is just the same, and you may need to dig deeper. It may require significant effort, but what you'll discover will be worth its weight in gold. So what can you do to prevent yourself from being stuck in this rut again? Well, if it is the loss of someone, that's really, you may experience that again. But what this is saying to you is, don't let that overwhelm you, that you have hidden talents, that you have gifts, and by using those, it can help you get out of that situation a lot quicker. Understanding that we need to acknowledge our feelings for whatever situations we are always in. By acknowledging those feelings and by understanding where they came from and then learning to let them go, we are able to move forward and then be ourselves again, always allowing those wonderful memories to remain with us. Dig deeper within yourself for the knowledge that you need to help you get out of the rut that you're in, that you may be feeling that you're stuck in. Connect again with your higher self, because your higher self is your intuition and will help you develop the skills and your gifts and abilities to be who you are meant to be. Okay, I'm going to leave that there. I hope that there was something in that message that resonated for you, and I really do appreciate you taking the time to listen, and until next time, thank you.